Okay, let's get started. A little bit of lumbar love for our back. Will be really nice to our low backs. Let's just do a few flowing mountains, breathing in, up, breathing out. Hands come back towards here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it back. Softening our knees and going at your own perfect pace with your own breath. You can try to touch your thumbs together up at the top. Couple more. And we'll turn this right into a flowing chair. Get our back warmed up. Exhale down into our chair. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, we want to shift our hips back and keep our heart lifted. On this next one, let's bring our whole forearms together and then up. Couple more. Last one, turning this one into a flowing airplane. So we'll stop about halfway down, make sure we have a bend in our knees all the way back up. Let go of your morning and bring your awareness within your own body. It's Be Kind Day today, Kindness Anti-Bullying Day today. Couple more. Let's turn this into a big forward fold. So we dive forward, hinge down, sweep all the way back up and dive again. Diving on your own. You can close your eyes. Have a big bend in your knees or a little bend, but always some kind of bend. Last one, holding it right down. Exhale, let the head be heavy. Letting go of any judgment today. We'll go into our halfway lift flow, halfway up, and fold again. A few more. Think of that back lifting you, engaging your core, and folding. Last one. Holding it down again. Let's make our way to all fours. Take your time. Dispersing the weight into both of our hands and our feet, and we'll start to move through our cat and our cow. One vertebrae at a time. Letting go of any competition this morning. Any expectations on your body, on technology, we'll just let that all go. One more. We'll take it back to child's pose on an exhale, where we can hang out here, maybe massage our forehead on the mat, or bring our hands behind us and massage our necks with our hands or our thumbs. Just checking in with how you're doing. Let's inhale into a kneeling plank. And then shift it right back to child's pose. Flowing between the two, coming forward and back. We want to keep our core strong. On this next one, we'll be holding in our kneeling plank and go halfway down. We want our elbows to turn towards our heels or our knees, and the creases turn towards the front of the mat, and we go halfway down. Back up. And child's pose. Let's do that again, coming forward. We almost want our inner arms to graze our rib cage so those elbows point back. Working the lower or our tricep. Last one of those, and we'll make our way right to our bellies. Slowly lowering, opening up into our Cobra. Breathe in. And back down. We'll do some of these now. Our elbows again towards our ribs. So those elbows are pointing back towards our heels. Be nice to your back. Use those triceps if you want to work them. Pressing up and down. On this next one, we'll lift our hips and our chest. So back to our kneeling plank. and then child's pose. Now taking our hands back behind us, stretching our triceps, bringing our hands to reach between our shoulder blades. Great job. Coming up to all fours. You might need to bring those hands back underneath your arms or your shoulders. And our thread the needle, we'll sweep our right arm up and bring it through and continue to flow with that one. Up and down. So now the opposite arm, your left one, is bending. It's almost like a push-up arm on one side. Slowly lowering you. Up. All right, let's hold it down this time. Our hand reaching through, palm facing the sky. You can stay here or lift your left leg up. Breathe. A little addition to our practice today. Bring it back down. We'll press that left hand down to help us come back up to all fours and start our thread the needle flow on the other side. Good job. So one side may feel better than the other. It's totally normal. Maybe you have a little more mobility in one shoulder compared to the other. No judgment, just notice. On this next one, let's hold it down. There's no weight in our head. And if it feels okay, you'll extend your right leg back. Finding the breath. Pressing the right hand into the mat. We'll bring that right knee back down. We'll come up. Child's pose or downward facing dog. We start really starting to build up some heat now. Let's pedal our feet out. Where we're resting in child's pose or enjoying that back stretch in child's pose. Back to all fours, inhale. Reset the hands again, and let's move through our spinal balance, reaching right arm forward, left foot back, and then opening out to the side. So the hand goes out, the foot goes out, back to straight, and then down. Other side, we reach, we open, we bring it back, and go down. All on your own. Options, of course, you can tap your feet out to the side, bring them back in. If it doesn't feel nice. Keeping the core strong, steady, the breath full and big. Last one. Child's pose, or again, downward facing dog. Choose what feels right for your body in this moment. Honoring any injuries or limitations, of course. Let's inhale into a full or kneeling plank to practice our half series forward, halfway or all the way down into our up dog or your cobra, and then back to down dog or child's pose. One more time, resting or flowing forward, all the way or halfway down, our up dog or our cobra, and then reach the feet back, downward facing dog. Holding here in our downward dog. Great job. Looking up between the hands, let's bring our right foot up between the hands. Full or kneeling, actually let's bring that kneeling lunge down, so left knee down. We'll go into a little crescent lunge as we reach back and our hip flexors forward. We'll bring our hands behind our head. Now lift that body back up and a little tuck, stretching our upper back. Hold that whole spine. We'll release the hands from the head, frame the foot, tuck the back toes back to downward dog. So we're switching feet, left foot coming up, kneeling lunge with our hip flexor forward, arms up into a crescent lunge. Breathe. Always focusing on that length of our spine. And then our hands will come back behind our head. We'll lift our hip up above our knee and a little stretch, a little tuck, a little roundness. Frame the front foot, tuck our toes, this time forward fold, breathing out. Amazing. Let the head be heavy again. Let it dangle. Halfway lift, breathing in. Folding, breathing out. Chair pose, breathing in. And breathing out, we'll stand up into our mountain and take our left foot back so that we turn towards the windows if we're in studio. Move through some moonflowers. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, bend our elbows, bend our knees. All on your own. You can close your eyes. This guy. There's two big machines out there. We can turn that into our moonflowers now, hinging down. We still bend our knees and then reach up, hinge. Warming up your hips, warming up our knees. But most of all, connecting to our breath. Follow your inhale, feel it pause, and then exhale. One more. We'll hold at the top with our fingertips together. Bend our knees. Come as deep as we can into our wide squat and then hinge at the hips. Still extending long. Our core, that belly button coming in towards the spine. Hands to knees, and we'll help ourselves back up. TikTok our feet together. Let's walk up towards the top of the mat again. Time for sun salutations. Nice and warm. I hope you're warm enough by the window. I found the floor a little bit chilly, but oh, okay, wonderful. You might need sunscreen soon. Okay, let's get on with our sun salutations. We'll come up to the tops of our mats. Find some space between our amazing feet. Sweep up, breathe in. Exhale, dive and fold. Bend the knees a little, halfway lift. Fold again. Let's take our left foot back. Inhale to a full or kneeling lunge. Breathe in, rising up. Breathing out, downward facing dog or child's pose. Maybe even all fours. Hold or flow. Forward, down, up dog or cobra. Meet back in your downward dog. Or all fours or child's pose. Right foot between the hands. Rise up to your lunge, engage the core. See if it feels okay to close your eyes, forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale, fold again. All the way up. Chair pose, breathing out. Back up, we breathe in and breathe out into our mountain. And again, inhale, reach, press into the feet and dive on a breath out. Halfway back up. Fold again. Right foot back. Full or kneeling lunge. Rise up. Back to down dog or child's pose. Hold or flow. Take your time or hold. We'll meet in downward dog. Take your time getting there. And when you're ready, left foot lunging up between the hands somewhere. Find your lunge. Breathe in. Our back heel is high. And then forward fold, breathing out. Halfway up. Fold again. All the way back up. Find your chair pose. Let's go into cactus arms on our chair pose. Back up, breathe in. And meet in mountain. So you can stay with that one, or we'll add on sun salutations B now with that jump back to plank or chaturanga. Maybe there's a faster song to get us flowing. Oh, Lumineers. Come up to the tops of our mats. Big breath, inhale. Exhale, dive. Halfway up. Hop, step, or jump back to chaturanga or plank. Up dog or cobra. Or hold. Downward dog is where we meet. Right foot between the hands, one lunge. We come up and we go right back to chaturanga or plank. Breathe out. Up dog or cobra. Downward dog. Or you can hold or lunge. Left foot, one lunge. We go right back to chaturanga or plank. On a breath out. Up dog or cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog. We look up between our hands and either hop, step, or jump up between them, or 3 hops can help. Halfway lift. Fold. Sweep up, breathe in. Exhale to chair. All the way back up. Meet in our mountain. We've got 1 more. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift. Hop, step, or jump. Chaturanga. Or hold your plank. Up dog. And then down dog. Looking between the hands. Left foot comes up between them. Lunge, breathe in. Breathe out, chaturanga or plank. Hold or flow through your up dog. Meet in down dog. Right foot between the hands, 1 lunge or rest. Breathe out, chaturanga or plank. Great work, ladies. Up dog, cobra, or hold. Downward dog. Whew, you're fast today. Hop, step, or jump up between those hands. Halfway lift. Fold again. All the way up. Exhale to chair, cactus arms. Back up. And we'll meet in mountain. Right on. There you go. Sun salutations are done. Grab a drink. And we'll move on to some love for our back today. Today is Pink Day, yeah. Yeah, it's Be Kind Anti-Bullying Day. This is cute, yeah, the lady online was selling these. Yeah, I got my son one that, you know, Among Us, you know that thing they play Among Us? Anyway, it says kindness is among us. It's so cute, so cute. Let's move into our runner's lunge. Right foot at the top of our mat. And we'll take that left foot back. So if this feels too intense to bring your hands to the mat, like maybe you're in a race, drop that back knee down. We will be dropping it down anyway in a minute, but at the moment we're staying here. Our core is strong. And then yes, that left knee will go down. Our hip flexors forward, bring our palms together, rise up into our crescent lunge. Extension through the spine. We're still pressing through that front foot. We want to make sure that knee hasn't gone anywhere it shouldn't go. We'll be bringing our hips back up, bringing our hands back in by the foot, and then reaching this back of the knee towards the mat for a hamstring stretch. You can turn your toe up. That right toe up, just make sure we don't press on our right knee. There's always a little bend in it. Blocks are great for your hands here. Bringing our nose as close as we can towards our shin. Wonderful. Back to our crescent lunge. Hands come back together. That hip flexor goes forward. Closing our eyes if possible, anchoring through our back knee, the top of our back foot, our front foot. Frame the foot, tuck the back toes, downward facing dog. Holding in our downward dog or child's pose. Breathe. Pressing the earth away with our hands, drawing up energy. Looking up between the hands now. The left foot coming up between the hands. We've got our high lunge first. Hands on the other side of the foot or on blocks. Your right kneecap is facing towards the floor. Your back heel's high. Breathe. Right knee goes down. Hands come together. Crescent lunge. Top of the back foot on the mat if possible. And we're hinged down into this hip flexor. So shifting it forward and a little bend in our back. Bring our hands to heart first, press into our foot to lift that knee or lift the hip. So now it's on top of the knee. And then frame, hinge back. We can lift our toes up. You can try to reach your backside towards your back heel to stretch a little more. But be nice to that front knee. Back to our crescent lunge. So we shift it again forward. Left foot goes down onto the mat. We reach up into our crescent lunge. Think about the core. Allow the eyes to close. Framing our front foot, tucking our back toes, downward facing dog. Take your time. Pedaling it out if that feels better. Bringing the right foot up between the hands, our back heel going down right into our warrior one. We rise up. And let's go into our cactus arms. See if it feels okay to close your eyes. And connect to your breath. Pressing into both of our feet. One more breath. And on our next exhale, we'll move into warrior two, shifting open. Our right knee's bending. We're pressing into both of our feet. We can be looking down our front hand. Think about the core, our shoulders stacked on top of our hips. We'll be going into side angle. So a few options for that. You can have your elbow down on your knee, hand down on the mat or the floor, left hand straight up, tucked behind you or reaching towards me. So a few things to think about with however your back is feeling. Our palm and chest is open towards the front window. And the reverse of that, reverse warrior, right knee stays bent. And now we reach that right hand up, sink into our legs. Feel a nice stretch in our rib cage. And our left hand will tuck back behind us. A little backwards hug. Wonderful. Right into our runner's lunge again. We lift that back heel, frame our front foot. And push back to downward facing dog, and we'll do that sequence on the other side after we flow. So you can either hold and rest here, or we'll flow forward into a plank and then come down onto forearm plank. I'm going to strengthen up our upper back with some dolphin push-ups. Just want to make sure everybody can see me. I think I showed these to you last week. So first our nose is kind of in between our elbows, and then we're going to go forward and back. You can have your toes as close as you want to your hips. So the closer your toes are, to your elbows, the more weight that's coming down on your shoulders makes it harder. Or you could be holding a forearm plank here. We'll meet in our dolphin pose. Walk our feet back to a forearm plank. So those hips come down now. And one cobra, belly's down. Open up into our cobra, stretch the chest. Back to our bellies. Make our way to downward facing dog. Push the earth away. Arms should be feeling nice and warm. Your left foot coming up between the hands. Back heel down, warrior one, cactus arms. We breathe in and we draw the shoulder blades together at the back, sink down. Think about the core. Think about also that whole back foot touching the mat. So not so much weight on the inner foot or the outer foot, that whole foot. On our next exhale, moving into warrior two, most likely facing the walls. Check in with our posture, our core, the length of our neck as we gaze down our left hand. A few more breaths. Moving into our side angle, either stopping with the elbow on the knee or hand to mat. Other hand can be up behind us or reaching towards the front of the room. Or even both hands could reach towards me if you want to. Our core holding us here, our legs supporting us. The reverse of that reverse warrior, we reach up that left hand, checking in with our feet again, softening our jaws, and reaching that back hand back behind you, only if you want to. Anchoring down whilst we continue to reach up. We'll be framing our front foot, lifting our back heel to our running lunge again. Holding here for a few breaths. Looking forward, lengthening the neck. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Holding and resting here in downward facing dog, child's pose, or all fours, or taking a flow through your half series, your chaturanga, up dog, or cobra. We've got fallen triangle today. The left foot is going to go in front of your right foot over to the outside of your mat. Right onto the floor, that left foot down, and you roll onto the inside of your right foot. Reach right arm up, fallen triangle. Breathe. It's okay to drop a knee. We'll go to the other side. Move back up to downward facing dog. And we can do our fallen triangle on that side. So reaching through, opening up, trying to hold here for around 5 breaths. Shaking is okay. Back to downward dog. Looking up between the hands, hop, step, or jump those feet up between them. Halfway lift and fold. Chair pose, breathe in and holding our chair pose. Choose how much depth we want to have in our knees. Let's check in. We've got our tailbone just slightly under, so it's not tucked way under, guys, or poking out, more neutral. Let's take the weight onto our toes, lifting our heels, keeping our knees bent. Bring the heels down, lift the toes. So we even just wiggle your toes, keeping our knees as bent as possible. And rise up. Whew. Time for tree pose. That's a long sequence. Tree, we're gonna go tree, pigeon, and eagle all on the same side. So right foot out, turn the heel towards the body. We'll bring it in and find somewhere to place your foot, anywhere but on your knee joint. And choose your hands, of course. You can have your hands up. They could be out for a little more balance or at your heart. We've got a little softness in this left knee so that it's not locked. As we root down, we rise up with the spine. Think of the core, the back, and the breath. Let's bring our hands to our heart now. Bring our right knee in front. Flex the foot now and draw it up above the knee. And we sit back, bend that left knee into our pigeon pose. Balance, balance. If you want to deepen the feeling of this pose, you bend your left knee more. You can bring your hands towards the mat if you want to. You don't have to. Wonderful. Rise back up. Right into eagle pose. That knee goes around. We either put it on a block or on the floor. I know it's such a long sequence, but we can do it. And now our right elbow on top of left. Either give yourself a wonderful hug or eagle arms, bringing our elbows up towards our shoulder height. Amazing. Release all the way up. We'll do those 3 balance poses on the other side. Meet in your mountain again, and then we'll go into our tree, and then we're down on the mat. Promise. So adjustments. Bring the left foot out, soften that right knee, bring it in, and find your tree. You could try to bring it up today if you want to, up above, but it depends a lot on the slipperiness of your foot and your pants. Try to press your inner thigh into your foot. Finding a place to focus our gaze. So somewhere that's not moving. 6 feet or 2 meters. I think we're all pretty familiar with 6 feet at this point. Let's bring that knee around, flex the left foot, draw it up above the knee, bend that right knee and sit back into our pigeon. Should feel really good for your stretch on that other leg that we worked hard. Think of the core, comes in and gives your spine a nice hug. And if you'd like to, you can bend that right knee a little more and bring our hands towards the mat. Maybe next week we'll use bolsters and do 1 leg pigeon arm balance next week. Remind me, or don't if you don't want to do it. Let's come on up. Woo, big breath. We're making our way down. Dive and fold. We'll make our way to all 4s. Move through some cat and some cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Amazing. So let's go into a couple boats. So we'll bring our hips down, sweep our feet around to the front. So many variations of our boats. Let's flow today from wide boat to butterfly. So we'll start in butterfly. You can have your feet as far away from your groin as you want to. You don't have to. Have them close in. And then ankle hold or peace fingers on your big toes. Roses, and be nice to those toes. So you can stay in your boat or your butterfly or lift and lean back. So when we're in a boat with butterfly legs, can stay there. Let's just do 1 leg first. Let's reach our left leg long. Bring it back. And then the other side. Bring it back. Maybe forward this time. Bring it back. Forward. Bring it back. And then our wide boat. You can still go between both, or we've got one or the other or both for our wide boat. Soles of the feet come together, down into our butterfly. If you want to take a little hinge forward, you can increase the space between your heels and your groin so that you have a little more space. Lengthening our spine. So we want to have a long spine reaching our chest towards and forward. Engage the belly, make it strong, bring ourselves back up, hands on outsides of our knees. We're rolling back into bridge pose. And roll right back. We did add wheel on last week, so that's an option for you if you'd like to do wheel or bridge. So we lift the hips up for our bridge. You can have our hands resting beside us or clasping but underneath. Or you can move into wheel. The hands come beside the face, fingertips are pointing towards our shoulders, but we want to take most of the weight into the feet. So try to lift most of your body up with your feet, your legs, and then your hands. And then you make your way back down. We'll all come back down. You can try it even just for a breath. Let's draw the knees into chest. Take a rock side to side. Wonderful. So we'll take both of our hands onto our knees and push our knees out until our arms are straight. So they most likely will come right above your hips. And then keep them there. So don't let them come back towards your belly. And open up our arms like wings. So we're keeping those knees away from coming into the belly, and we can put our shins parallel to the floor. Breathe. We'll straighten the legs, reaching them up, and then go down towards the mat. Only as far as it feels good for the low back. Then bring the knees, bend the knees again, but don't bring them past your hip line. Back up. So some circles, we're reaching down with the toes, coming in, making sure those knees don't pass our hip line, and then straightening out again and reaching. So going through with our feet, reaching long, bending, and extending. Reaching, bend, press low back down, then we extend again. A few more. This will be your last one. And yes, you can bring your knees towards your belly now. Take a little rock side to side. Moving into our happy baby. So we find some space between our knees now. They come around the outside of our rib cage. You can hold on to the tops of your feet or the backs of your legs, your big toes again with your peace fingers. Rocking side to side. So think of the heels or the soles of your feet facing up towards the ceiling. As we draw our knees towards the armpits, and there's space between our heels. Holding or rocking your happy baby. Wonderful. We'll bring those knees closer together. Take the soles of the feet back down onto the mat. We've got one more bridge. Let's stretch our hip flexors, lifting up our hips. So last week we worked on one-legged bridge as well, or maybe that was the week before. I know it was this month. So modifications now to stay where you are, put a block underneath your lower back, or lift one leg fully up, or put that foot on your opposite knee. If you're almost ready to do the one leg, but not quite there yet, place the foot on your opposite knee. Let's switch sides. Either the foot goes straight up or we place it on the knee. We still want to press into the foot, our shoulder blades, keep the core on. Great job, ladies. Slowly lower it down. Amazing. Take that rock side to side. Legs up a wall. Let's reach the feet up now. If you have a block around, you could always put a block underneath your lower back, and then it becomes waterfall pose when we lift our hips up. We're here in this position for about 3 or 4 minutes this morning. If you want to work on taking care of your wrists, you could reach your hands up as well and do some small wrist movements, maybe roll circles, or no, nothing with your hands. You can always just rest. Great job. We can continue to keep our hands up or place them on our bellies now and find the breath. If your legs are getting tired, you can bend your knees. This is a really great pose. Someone else. About 2 more minutes. Anytime you want to bend your knees, you can. Softening our jaws, feeling our chest expand, our shoulder blades anchored down. Wonderful. Let's all bend our knees now. Take a rest. Let the blood, if you've got a block underneath you, you may want to take that out at this point. Amazing. Let's take our rock side to side. And then we'll move on to our twist, extending our right leg long and drawing the left knee across our body for our twist today. You can roll right onto that hip and then anchor the shoulder blades down towards the mat. Softening the body, feeling a nice stretch in our legs. When you're ready, moving to the other side, extending the opposite leg, bringing that knee across, keeping our minds right here with our breath and our body. We won't let them go to lists or anything like that just yet. If you do feel it's wandered, notice it wandered and bring it back to remaining present in this moment. And when you're ready, my friends, we can draw both of our knees into chest one more time. Take a wonderful rock side to side, give your lower back a massage. And then we'll be moving into our Shavasana. So you've got your eye covers around, you might want those. If anyone wants a blanket, can raise your hand. Settle in, roll back onto your backs. Have a nice relaxation. I remember, like, when can I touch you guys again? I know. I'm thinking March, maybe? I don't know. I should ask public health. I'll go with public health. Maybe if I had my mask on and I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but then you might have to put your mask on too. Do you know what I mean? Put our eye cover over. Put your eye cover over. Probably March. I'm thinking March. I'm hoping March everything will open up, and yes, then we'll. Yeah, next week, and then we'll be back to your neck massages and your forehead massages. I know. I like it too because I usually just put a recording of a Shavasana on, and then I can kind of relax too. Oh yeah. Soon, dream of that. Take your time getting settled in. I'm going to do a progressive muscle relaxation. Actually, we might do a breath one. Both. Take as much time as you need, making any adjustments to feel comfortable, to feel weighted, to feel secure and safe. Begin by breathing deeply, drawing air in, deep into your lungs, and releasing the breath slowly. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue taking slow, deep, regular breaths at your own pace and turning your attention to your right hand. Feel and notice the skin on the palm of your right hand becoming warm and relaxed. Feel the warmth in each finger and on your palm, spreading to the back of your hand, to your wrist. Feel your right arm becoming warm. Our right arm, your right arm, starting to feel heavy and very, very relaxed. Your right arm is heavy, warm, and relaxed. Now bringing our focus to our left hand. Imagine placing our left hand in soothing, warm water. Feel the warmth of that water relaxing your hand completely. Allow your wrist to enter the warm, calming water and relax. Your arm is becoming heavy. Allow your left arm to sink into the warm water. And your left arm feels warm, heavy, weighted, relaxed. Now turning your attention to your legs. Feel your legs becoming warm. Feel the warmth spreading all the way from your feet up to your ankles, lower legs, all areas swirling around your knees. Moving into our hips, feel your legs becoming heavy, weighted, secure, and relaxed. Imagine a warm breeze blowing across your face and allow that breeze to relax your forehead, your eyes, your jaw, the eyelids heavy. Picture and feel the sun shining down on you today, warming the front of your body, and allow your chest and your stomach to relax in this warmth. Feel the sun shining, warming your skin,